so soon. By the way she look, you can tell she important. By the way she walk, you can tell she important. When you hear her talk, you can tell she important. She ain't with the drama cause the business too important. By the way she look, you can tell she important. By the way she walk, you can tell she important. When you hear her, tell she important. She ain't with the drama cause the business too important. I see you misreporting, that's right. I see you misreporting, that's right. I see you misreporting, you're my type.
Hey girl,
I see you misreporting, you keep it tight.
Miss so fly, miss no shy, miss no time for bullshit. Damn, miss no high, walk on by. I ain't going catcall, I'm a gentleman. I talk about it in this rap song. I know you, no I don't, but I want to. I'd flaunt you, if you were mine, I'd show you. I'm no regular guy, I'm Nitro Brew. And I don't drink Starbucks, but I can buy for you. Take a long walk, get acquainted. You wanna know about me? I'm in entertainment. I like to talk off beat, call it syncopation. I compute forbidden fruit, call it innovation. Intimidation ain't my particular forte, so you can play tough, but I'll just take it as foreplay. We can steal bases, get it in a short stay, or have your day in court like defending a court case. Y'all don't get it.
By the way she look, you can tell she important. By the way she walk, you can tell she important. When you hear her talk, you can tell she important. She ain't with the drama cause her business too important. By the way she look, you can tell she important. By the way she walk, you can tell she important. When you hear her talk, you can tell she important. She ain't with the drama cause her business too important. Yeah, she's a cutie with the pretty brown eyes. I ain't gonna lie, she had a nice set of thighs. It got me mesmerized, she was easy on the eyes. Many freaking thoughts ran through my mind, but she's one of a kind. She had the demeanor to let me know you won't get in between her. You better break your A game, cause she ain't rich, no games. Curving lanes with no shame, she kinda in the same thing. She's on the sunshine and the sin, heard it all before. You better come with it, cause you ain't dealing with no whore. You better bring more than dick, you gotta stimulate her mind, or she will get bored. Then it's to the left, right out the door. Don't approach her if your mindset is poor. Stimulate her mind to get the galore. If you wanna score, by the way she look, you can tell she important. By the way she walk, you can tell she important. When you hear her talk, you can tell she important. She ain't with the drama cause her business too important. By the way she look, you can tell she important. By the way she walk, you can tell she important. When you hear her talk, you can tell she important. She ain't with the drama cause her business too important. I see you misreporting, that's right. I see you misreporting, that's right. I see you misreporting, you're my type. I see you misreporting, you keep it tight. This is for you, misreporting. This is for you, misreporting, I see you. This is for you, misreporting, I see you. This is for you, misreporting, I see you. I see you misreporting. I ain't gonna take up too much of your time, cause I know you pressed for it, but so am I. Do you mind if I drop your line sometime? If that's okay, I'd love to see you sometime. I'm all at you though, I know that's my time. Take it easy though. Stay beautiful, keep on your grind. I love you. I see you. Salute. Yeah. Go Squad. Yeah. Yo, Loretta zone. I know it's been a minute since you heard me kick it. I was sleeping on the fact that a man get it. The hell was second guessing. Put the plan in action until you get satisfaction. I know it's been a minute since you heard me kick it. I was sleeping on the fact that a man get it. The hell was second guessing. Put the plan in action until you get satisfaction. It's time to get the business. No more half stepping. About the witness, greatness in the making. Yeah, I know late, but please excuse my lateness. The vision was with shaping where I was learning, grinding patience. I'm out here grinding in pursuit of elevation. As the patiently await for my big break, I'm on my day to day, brainstorming for that perfect take. On my 50 cent, it's a new day. Time to put away excuses cause they useless. Time waits for no one because it's ruthless. Yeah, I know it's overdue, but I'm speaking my truth. When I hit the booth, my numbers going through the roof. Cause the feeling for the truth is long overdue. do, but have no fear. I'm coming to the rescue with the guard on the shoe. I'ma show you what I do. Have a seat and enjoy the view. I know it's been a minute since you heard me kick it. I was sleeping on the fact that a man get it. The head was second guessing. Put the plan in action until you get satisfaction. I know it's been a minute since you heard me kick it. I was sleeping on the fact that a man get it. The head was second guessing. Put the plan in action until you get satisfaction. Get it off the muscle, man, fuck a struggle. I ain't afraid to tussle with any obstacle. Nice cause with challenges you gotta handle it. Use it to your advantage even if it's hard to manage. Don't let them see you panic cause you a blessed magnet. When you got a dream you gotta get out there and grab it. Face your adversaries just like a savage. No 22, but I got the heat. I can guarantee it will get you out your seat. Cause what I spit is so unique. It takes hard work to master this technique. I might bend your mind a little to make you people think. Appreciation for the truth is distinct. I refuse to the powers that be. I step up to the plate for my true calling, and that's a lead. I know it's been a minute since you heard me kick it. I was sleeping on the fact that a man get it. The hell was second guessing. Put the plan in action until you get satisfaction. I know it's been a minute since you heard me kick it. I was sleeping on the fact that a man get it. The hell was second guessing. Put the plan in action until you get satisfaction.
Oh shoot, what's good with it? What's good with it? The mic was muted. It's good with it. You know what it is. You know what time it is. Live talk so low. I'm back. I'm back. I'm back every Wednesday now. Doing it every Wednesday. I said to start this week. We're gonna start doing it every Wednesday. So I'm here. And this week I got a new topic for you guys. What is your favorite song that is therapeutic? And if you're just tapping in with me, go ahead and send this live to your friends or anybody who might want to join in this conversation. And also, send me a comment, leave me a comment if you'd like to join me on the live screen to share your thoughts live. And as you can see, the topic of this live tonight is therapy through bars. Hip hop. A lot of artists put therapy in their song. A lot of artists have songs that's about things they're struggling with, their issues, and a lot of those songs are very therapeutic for the artist, and it can be therapeutic for us as the listeners as well. Hip hop is an art form where a lot of people share their thoughts, share their inner thoughts. Maybe they can't get it out in a regular conversation, so they share their inner thoughts out through music. And, we heard many songs that are pretty deep and give you insight into an artist's life. And my favorite rapper of all time, Peter DMX. He had a lot of therapy in his bars. A big song, of that. A big example is that a song called "Slipping." Talk about his drug addiction. Real DMX fan like I am, you'll know that he got a drug addiction his whole life since he was a teenager. Because somebody laces his blunt with crack when he was a teenager. His mentor laced his blunt with crack. He was a teenager, and ever since then, he has battled drug addiction his whole life, and that causing his life unfortunately. So that song "Slipping" is a good example of therapy through bars. So he wrote a song based on what he was dealing with in his life. And a lot of other songs ready to beat him talk about his struggles of being a follower of Christ as well. And another artist that's good with therapy bars talk about loneliness and depression is Kid Cudi. There's a lot of Kid Cudi music. It's like therapy as well. And it's like therapy for him because he's battled depression and anxiety most of his career as well. So when it comes to hip hop, just more than just gangster rap, the money, cars, and clothes. A lot of those songs will be deeper than what you think. And this song is dope, but it's actually therapy for that artist. I'll give you another Mac Miller, RIP to Mac Miller. He's another one that had therapy through his bars as well. And a couple other artists as well. And if I'm missing any, you can drop them in the chat. You can comment in the chat. So anybody that's coming in, if just coming in, I'm asking what's your favorite song that is therapeutic? And it could be any song too. It don't necessarily have to be Any songs for any of those artists I was just talking about. It could be any song. I can tell you a song I like by Joey Badass. You can even consider that song therapeutic. Cruise Control. I listen to that song every day, and I think it's therapeutic because of what he's talking about. I think he's sharing his thoughts about how he's in his 30s now and he's making millions, and he's talking about his past. Sharing thoughts about being 10 toes, keeping on about staying on 10 toes. Being aware of his surroundings, being aware of those people from his past. He's getting all those emotions out. We talk about how he removed himself from that, how he had to get away from those people who necessarily was stagnant, holding him back. So he had goals to achieve. So he was able to get away, find a script to get away from that, from his past, and be able to make something of himself. So I think that's very therapeutic. And a lot of times when you hear songs that's very therapeutic, they're usually great songs, and usually you can resonate with them because you probably find something that's going on in your life that the artist is talking about in that particular song. And to me, those are some of the best hip hop classics ever. I'll give you another therapeutic song. My mind's playing tricks on me. It's a classic, it's an old school song, very old school song from the '90s. But Ghetto Boys, my mind's playing tricks on me. I think that's very therapeutic. Somebody that might be going through paranoia or depression or dealing with PTSD or dealing with anything that on high alert. That could be therapy for them. And at the end of the day, music is great therapy. And to be honest with you, it's all therapy in a way. Some works for others, some better than others. But that's what I think. And since hip hop has always been known as an art form to express yourself, I mean, I don't think people often overlook the therapy aspect of hip hop. That really, when you listen to the therapy through bars, and that's almost any song, almost every song you can think of. When you think about it, you look deep into it. That is therapy. All it is the artist telling their story, or either their story or a story that they seen, or something that they experienced, or something that they seen in the neighborhoods growing up. And it's connected with you, the listener. And if it resonates, then you like that song. And sometimes, often, when you're going through something, you might want to put on that song, or you need to put on something to relax your mind. You might want to put that on. So I find myself sometimes if I got something I'm going through or something I'm thinking about, something on my mind, and if I know a song that's related to what I'm thinking about in that moment, I'm gonna put that song on and ride to it. I might play it a couple times. So so that's the therapeutic aspect of hip hop. But I think people don't actually talk about it as much as they should. But it's definitely something that's a big part of it. And I wish it was often more talked about. I wish YouTube would let me play some of the music, some of the songs that I think displays therapy through bars, but they put a copyright strike on me, and then they say you play your video in certain areas, so it's like I can't really play the songs. Mama can sit there and talk about it though. But I might play a therapy song that I had, the song I did back some years ago, back when I was in the army still. I actually did this song for a short film, but I'm gonna share it, to give you an idea of what I'm talking about tonight.
like I'm all by myself, and I can't handle all this pressure, so it got me feeling suicidal. Yeah, suicidal. Yeah, everything I'm feeling, I don't even know where to begin. I'm moving closer to the end, and it got me feeling suicidal. Yeah, suicidal. Yeah. I'm close to the end, let's not pretend God won't forgive me for this sin. But lately I've been holding a lot in. Where can't I begin? Can't even trust my girlfriend. Tell of the tales, will flip for the coin. Let no tell since I had no use for myself. Everything I touch always fail. Never no one else to turn to. What I'm gonna do, I had no other choice but to use this 22 to help me through this pain that I can't maintain. Too much pressure on my brain. I'm going insane, trying to remain stable, but I'm not able. I laid it out all on the table. That I'm unstable. There's no way you can save me or try to help me. So call the mortuary and prepare my obituary. After you read this note, then you will know it's necessary. No need to sugarcoat. Once this gun leaves a bullet hole, it's too late now. See, I told you so. Tell me where there's a road is. It's getting hard to control it. I'm getting close to the end. Yeah, I'm getting close to the end. Yeah, tell me where there's a road is. It's getting hard to control it. I'm getting close to the end. Yeah, I'm getting close to the end.
So that was a song that I did on my very first mixtape I released back in 2015 called The End, featured Infinite, who also produced that beat as well, my battle buddy from the Army. And I did that song specifically for that short film. The creator of that short film, Tristan Dunn, reached out to me about a song that needed a background song for a short film that he was doing based on suicidal rhythms. So I put myself in the mind of somebody that might be going through a suicidal situation, and I wrote that song. So it wasn't something I necessarily personally going through, but it could have helped somebody out there that was going through that, and that might be thinking those thoughts that I was portraying in the song to help them as therapy, to help them go through it. So which is why I did that song. So that's one example of therapy through bars. And I wish I could play a song by DMX called "Slipping" because that's another great example. And another example would be Kid Cudi's "Day and Night." He talk about his depression and loneliness, how it keeps him up at night, how he's alone, and he's getting high to smoking, getting high to keep him happy, to keep him focused, and to keep him in good spirits because he's lonely and he's dealing with depression, so it keeps him up at night. So that's another therapy song. Another song could be "The Pursuit of Happiness." They take about his drinking problem and get high and use the drugs. There's also another example of therapy. Even R&B, he had therapeutic songs. Even with Babyface, I'm never keeping secrets. Maybe at one point, maybe broke a girl's heart against keeping secrets, and she found out about it, and maybe that's his way of getting over that girl that got away. So he made a song about it. Or it could have been a friend situation or a situation that he's seen with a family member, and it's a way to put it out there to help other people out there that might be going through something. So, you know, music is one of the best forms of therapy. So a lot of times we listen to the words sometimes, you thinking, oh, it's just a song. Like, nah, this actually is therapy for the artist. The artist could be really going through that situation or went through a situation like that in the past, and it's their way of getting getting it out or getting it off the chest or getting it through. So sometimes the songs, lyrics have more meaning if you pay attention to them, you know. Sometimes I'm often find myself looking up Genius, going on genius.com or Genius lyrics, if I said that right, to look up the words of the song to make sure that I got the right understanding of it. Sometimes you can sit there and study songs like that, and I play it over again, then I realize, oh, this song really is therapeutic. It's therapeutic. It's therapy. I'm thinking a song just a regular song, just a vibe, it's therapy. You start understanding the words. I know I ain't the only one who could understand the words. You know, I'm pretty sure anybody in the audience never heard a song. You know, when you was a kid, you know, you think it means one thing, and you listen to it as an adult, you get a totally different meaning, and you understand the words. Of it's like, oh, hold up, that's what he's really saying. So really, he's actually going through the actual situation, thinking it's just for entertainment, but nah, that's actually his life. Like when I first started slipping, you know, I do that. Well, you know, as a kid, I do therapy. You know, ever since the first day I heard it, I knew that he was actually going through that. And then after a while, I read his book about his life. By the end of his life, I learned that said, hey, oh, so he actually meant that. So he actually was going through that at the time. So that was actually real shit. He was saying like that's actually what his life was like. You know, after reading his autobiography Earl, like, oh, it ain't just something past. It's actually something that he's currently fighting right now, and that is something that he deals with every day. And even with Boosie, you know, Boosie has his therapy song, 50 Cent, Many Man. You know, people look at this song as a gangster song, but that could be a song with therapy because 50 Cent, as we all know, 50 Cent had a big target on his back because you know had his beef with Ja Rule and the King Supreme team back in the day, and he got shot 9 times. So, they said many men wish death upon me. I think that's a way of getting off his chest about his fears and him and dealing with the pressures of being having a big target on his back that people want to take him out. And we all know that story. So you can hear in the lyrics right there. You know, some people look at it, oh yeah, it's a game, but really that could be therapeutic for him. That's his way of getting out his feelings and getting out his head, getting out his own head about things that was going on at the time. Shoot, even Eminem is another example. Clean out my closet. That's another song that has 33 bars. With his mother. Very therapeutic. You listen to the words of those songs and go back and listen to it, you'll see what I'm talking about. Also, on the Marshall Mathers LP, he had quite a bit of other therapeutic songs. Just Marshall Mathers. That's another one. Brain Damage. That was on the Slim Shady LP. That's another song that was therapeutic for him. He talk about his childhood in that one too. So, you know, he's going sharing his trauma. So a lot of times when we're listening to the artist's music, we're not realizing that artists are actually sharing their actual trauma. They're actually getting things off their chest, which is good, and which I think makes the best music. Because the best artists always have been through the most stuff. If you ask me, they always got a story. They always got a sad story or got some been through some rough times. And I love when they go and be vulnerable. You know, and that was another artist that's vulnerable. You know, I said DMX earlier. That's another artist that's vulnerable. Even 50 Cent could be considered vulnerable. Who else? It's another artist that like to be vulnerable. J. Cole, Kendrick Lamar. They're known to be vulnerable on tracks as well. Hey, Matt Miller, very vulnerable on tracks. Kid Cudi, they always vulnerable. And that's part of it too, you know. Anytime you hear an artist getting vulnerable on the track, just know that's therapy for that artist, and they're getting something that's really bothering them, or they're really sharing experience, and they want to resonate with others, maybe hoping to help others get through it, like how they got through it. It's going through the same thing or experiencing the same thing they experienced back in the past. Hey, I'll give you an example. I'll take myself. Give you an example. Like I wrote a song called Mother's Love back in 2016, talking about the death of my mother, the effects that it had on me. So others that lost their mother at an early age, or lost their mother recently, or know what it's like to lose a parent, can relate to that song and resonate, and also it'd be therapy for them, like it was for me. And that the best part is about being a hip hop artist and listening to hip hop, that you can find things that your favorite artist talking about that relates to your life as well, and can help you get through some things too, and help you see through your shit. Because at the end of the day, everybody go through something. You know, people might not say nothing about it, but some might talk about it. Some might go to therapists, or some might use the microphone as their therapy, which a lot of artists have. A lot of artists go in the booth. They might not actually go out and do that for real, but we're seeing some artists that actually do that. But they might use that as a way to get out those emotions, because releasing releasing emotions is the best form of art ever. Will always ever be. You know, you never know what somebody really going through until you really hear it on the song. So they might not be able to put it in the words, but they put it in the music, and it comes out more better in music. And then after they're done, then they feel relief because they got it off their chest. So if you ask me, I think hip hop is another form of therapy. It can be, and we're seeing even Jada Kiss, the Locks, Dr. Dre, Jay Z, Nas, T.I., Snoop Dogg, Busta Rhymes, Tupac, Biggie, Redman. They all have used the booth for therapy, use music as a way of escape, to escape their harsh realities, whatever they're facing. And they put it in their music. Because when you look at it, all really hip hop really is just therapy. Just artists getting out their inner thoughts, getting out their feelings, or getting out what they're feeling. It's all come down to therapy. And one of the best forms of therapy. But that's my time for tonight. I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here. And if you missed the live, you can catch me. You can catch it right after I get off live, and you can watch the replay. And before I get out of here, just want to let you know, if you'd like to be a guest on Live Talks with Low, you can contact me at my email at lettersonly1@gmail.com. With that being said, I'm out. Peace.